Second set of action found in between the Northeastern Cougars and the Plattsburgh Hornets. The lineup for the visitors to Plattsburgh are number 8, Tori Buck, number 9, Adeline Carroll, number 18, Dana Curl, number 14, Hannah Emery, number 11, Chrissy Flynn, number 13, Lauren Grady, number 21, Caitlin Cox, number 15, Chelsea LaRose.
Back in Chazy at the George Brendler Field, Chazy Central Rural School, the site of tonight's Class B championships, as the girls will take the stage first, followed by the boys championship. You look at this NCCS lineup, Kim Dragoon is the real marksman for the Cougars. She has scored 10 goals on the season, 26 total points. Jen Bayshard also has accounted for 10 goals this season. Mary Elizabeth Frankie has picked up 11 goals. So there are 3 players up front for NCCS that can really deposit the ball in the net.
Yeah, and I mistakenly mentioned Honen's name. She's an outstanding defender for them with tremendous speed in her own right.
Works as a sweeper.
And then we've talked about an asset of having a quick, strong sweeper, I think, in every game that we've done. So that to me, that's critical, having somebody with that type of speed there. But up front, Mary Elizabeth Frankie has done a nice job in really a nice position for the Cougars to have her score that many goals this year. So I think they'll look to her again.
Conversely, for PHS, they might have the most dangerous player on the field, just a sophomore in Sarah Carter. You look at her numbers, she scored 20 goals this season for the Hornets. Next on the team is Alicia Stanton with just 6 goals. So Carter is a player that really has to figure prominently in this game for PHS.
It would be interesting to watch early on, and I think we'll both take note. Will they try to mark her? Will somebody be shadowing her? Or will they just rely on the speed of Honen to kind of take care of and nullify any chances that might come that way? So that'd be something for us to look on early. That girl, Carter has that many goals, and it might be a decision Coach Gilroy makes to put somebody on her.
Now, as a coach going into a game like this, obviously your season is on the line. There's more pressure on this game than in any other game that you've played all season long. What do you tell the players going in? How do you try to get them to settle in and get used to or get into the routine that they might have had through the regular season?
What I would like to, if I was coaching, I would want to say, first thing we want to do is send a long ball. If send a long ball, establish presence in their end, try to get something, get a shot on net. It's like fundamental in a lot of sports. You want to get something offensively going. You don't want to be on your heels. Then let's settle into what we've done all year that's worked. Is it through balls? Is it over the top? Is it corner balls? We want to start doing those things.
All right, we'll come back and be set for the opening kickoff when girls high school soccer continues on Hometown Radio WIRY in 2 minutes. Hornets and their head coach Tim Mulligan to our left, and the Hornets are wearing predominantly black uniforms. They have orange numerals on the front, and the Cougars wearing their predominantly white uniforms with maroon trim. They'll be moving right to left in this first half, and the Hornets will be moving left to right. And as you mentioned, this is a Northeastern team that has some very skilled players in the back, and they have some quick rabbits up front that will try to pressure the Hornet defense.
Looks like a balanced attack for the Cougars. I think that we're going to have to see early on how PHS and Coach Mulligan develops a game plan, how to go after them. So obviously we would say that they're the underdog, PHS, but as you know, sectional things can happen. Seton Catholic girls going down last night, so that's what it's all about. And who knows? Shootout, never. That's a possibility.
Well, we've got a Cardinal game coming up, so we're hoping that may not happen. But anyways, play is underway as the Hornets try to carry the ball down the field. Now from midfield, Sarah Carter will send the ball long down towards the Cougar 18-yard box. Back is Colleen Honan. Honan, who plays as the sweeper for NCCS, is back to clear the ball away. Now it comes just outside the 18. Ball kind of hemmed into the northeastern Clinton zone at this point. Now it goes down towards the left flag. Barrier plays it into the 18. It's cleared away by NCCS. Now here is Carter running into the 18. Carter with a nice run going, moving the ball left and right, taking it down towards the end line. And it goes off of her foot over the end line out of bounds. We'll have a goal kick, but there's the dangerous ball handling skills of Sarah Carter.
I think a few tentative tackles as well on the Cougars' part. I think they need to get the blood flowing, get warm, get in there and stick some of those tackles instead of just reaching in with their feet.
Danielle Tierney, the veteran keeper for NCCS, plays the goal kick. Comes back towards the Cougar 18, cleared out by Honan, and now it's on the left flank. With it for the Hornets is Janelle Carter, trying to play it to the middle of the field. Now she'll touch the ball inside for Mia Quiganier. Quiganier trying to get it down into the 18. It's cleared away by Johnny Ray Courier up towards the front for NCCS. With it is Mary Elizabeth Frankie. Frankie running back towards her own goal, trying to find some space. Will look towards the flank, but the ball is cleared away by the Hornets, and now they'll switch the field and play it to the far side towards Alicia Stanton. She can't run onto the ball, and the Cougars will clear it up. It's Taylor Kelsey playing it up the right flank, but it goes over the sideline, a throw in for the Hornets. Now Sarah Carter with the ball, 10 yards inside midfield. Will play a long ball down towards the 18. Trapped there by Erin Macy of the Cougars. Now it comes back to the right side for Mayette. Mayette plays it down to the 18. Honan is there for the Cougars, and she will clear it away. Now for NCCS, it is Kim Dragoon. Dragoon plays the ball for Frankie. Frankie gets the ball back on her foot, now starts to play it down towards the left flag. Trying to run onto the ball for NCCS. That is Erin Macy moving up from her fullback spot, really pressing up the field. Macy and the Hornets will clear it up the right sideline out of bounds. We'll have a throw in here for NCCS. So the Cougars have moved the ball to the Hornets side of midfield for the first time in the soccer game, and they will have a throw in from a good 40 yards out. It's Johnny Ray Courier making a long throw that goes into the 18, bounces in the 18. The Hornets are able to get a foot on it. They temporarily clear it away. Now here's Courier stepping up. Johnny Ray is able to play it down towards the left flag. Macy gets to it. She'll send it down to that left flag. Trying to get to the ball is Dragoon, but the ball runs out of bounds. We'll have a throw in for PHS. Hornets waiting to take this throw. Trying to find some space. They'll play it in. It goes to the foot of Amanda Rabideau of NCCS. Now Rabideau looking towards the 18. Tried to play a ball inside to Bayshard, but it's cleared away by the Hornets. Ball goes back and forth as it pinballs around some 40 yards out from the Plattsburgh High School goal. And now the Cougars will send a ball down towards the right flank, and we'll have an offside call. I believe it was Jen Bayshard on the far side who was offside for the Cougars.
A little pinballing right now. I think you would agree. We're not really getting any fundamental play. It's kind of a feel each other out and knick-knack back and forth a little bit.
A little nervous,
Yeah.
perhaps. Here are the Cougars, the Hornets rather, playing a ball up the left side. Knocked down by NCCS. They try to play it towards the flank, but it goes to a Hornet foot. That is Carter. Playing the ball towards the NCCS back. Now Honan has it. Colleen Honan has it taken off of her foot by Mayette. Mayette will switch the field. Hornets trying to organize their attack right at the midfield stripe with Carter. Sarah Carter plays it up ahead. It goes off the foot of Megan Bayshard. Now Johnny Ray Courier there. The Hornets come out of the scrum with the soccer ball, and here is Mayette. Mayette has the ball taken off of her foot by Bayshard. With the left foot, she plays it up towards the midfield stripe. And now it is Kim Dragoon for NCCS, just past midfield, trying to work it towards the far side. The ball almost ending up in the press box. And I know you would have had that one, Tom Brando.
I was here to protect Calvin. That's my job.
So go ahead.
Very close to his expensive camera. I just wanted to keep my hand from the ball hitting the camera.
So a throw in from right in front of us. It will go down the left flank. It goes off of a Hornet defender, and the Cougars will advance the ball up the field with another throw in. Johnny Ray Courier is going to take this throw in for NCCS. You're listening to Girls High School Soccer. It's the Class B championship between Plattsburgh High School and Northeastern Clinton. There's a misplay by the Hornets. Ball is in the middle of the field with Amanda Rabideau. Rabideau tried to turn the ball into the 18, but it was cleared out by PHS, and here they are now trying to counter and get players up the field. Running forward for the Hornets is Barrier. Melanie Barrier has the ball taken off of her foot, and there's going to be a foul whistled against the Cougars. First infraction of the soccer game, and the Hornets will have a kick from about 15 yards inside the midfield stripe, heading towards the Northeastern Clinton goal. We're just 5 minutes into the opening half. No score. So the Hornets trying to position players up the field. Let's see if they want to play a ball long down towards the 18, trying to pressure the Cougar backs. Instead, they play a fairly short ball towards Carter. She flicks the ball forward. Now they'll chip it into the 18, trying to run on is Stanton, but a nice play by Honan to tackle that ball away. Stanton was about to run onto it and would have been in free.
A quick trap by Honan and just to clear it, but she was a split second later. Stanton was in all by herself.
Ashley Leclerc trying to play the ball away from her sweeper spot now for PHS after Honan, the sweeper for the Cougars, made a nice play. Leclerc is back to make a good play for PHS, and she will clear the ball up towards the right flank. The Hornets have Mayette trying to run on. Now Macy has it for the Cougars right at midfield. She'll move it up to Dragoon. Dragoon has it played off of her foot by Tedford of Plattsburgh High School, and it goes over the sideline. We'll have a throw-in upcoming for Northeastern. Pretty aggressive in the first 6 minutes. You've seen bodies flying early in this first half.
I think the Cougars have a bit of a size advantage, but Lady Hornets are right on the tackles today.
Here's a chance for Jen Bayshard inside, trying to move it to Frankie. Frankie inside the 18, taken down in the box. There's a shot that's going to bounce one hop into the Plattsburgh High School goaltender Emily Higgins. She'll easily pick it up, and Higgins will punt the ball away, as there was a good chance. First shot on goal for the Cougars in the soccer game, but a good chance as that ball worked free inside the 18. There's some dangerous players forward for NCCS. Now here's PHS trying to go in transition.
Frankie had a nice opportunity with left foot and did go down, but I think she embellished that play a bit, and referee Todd Lambert right there to a good non-call.
Here's Tierney coming out. The ball bounces over. Here's Stanton able to head the ball into the net. Plattsburgh High School scores. The Hornets get on the board first. A bouncing ball into the 18. Tierney came well out off the goal line to try to get it. It bounced right over her head, and then Stanton was able to run in behind and head the ball into the net. And the Hornets have drawn first blood. Alicia Stanton will get credit for the goal. That goal coming 6 minutes and 48 seconds into the first half of play.
You know, in golf they call it hard pan. You know, when it gets dry and hard, that ball bounced up tremendously high. I know they checked the inflation of the ball early, and goalie came out, Tierney came out, the ball over her head. Stanton runs into the ball, heads it in, and nothing. Tough break. I think they'll rebound from that. NCCS a little bit on their heels right now.
So 6 minutes and 48 seconds into the first half of play. The Hornets getting a goal from Alicia Stanton, and they gave Haley Mayette an assist on that goal. So the Hornets are able to score first, and you're right, Tom, that ball bounced in the air, I would say a good 10 feet into the air. Tierney came well out off the goal line to try to punch that ball away, but when the ball's 10 feet tall, you got to be Lou Alcindor, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar on stilts to get that one.
Beckoning back to the day, but I will say that it's not the first chance. There were several chances that you called earlier where Stanton was close to getting in and on the goalie. In this case, perhaps another defender back would have helped, but once again, a tough bounce, a hard bounce over the goalie. He was rushing out aggressively, what you want to see, but just off the back of her almost and into the net.
Sarah Carter for the Hornets moving forward, trying to play a ball down towards the right flank, and that pass didn't connect. So a throw in for NCCS. The Cougars surrendering an early goal in this soccer game. The goal again scored by Alicia Stanton, and for Stanton that is her 7th of the season. Haley Mayette drawing the assists. 1-0 PHS, just what the doctor ordered if you're a Hornet fan. Play on at midfield there, and Macy trying to turn the ball for the Cougars. It rolls over the sideline out of bounds. We'll have a throw in for the Hornets. Avery Vilberg will take the throw in. Play it towards the middle of the field. Megan Bayshard traps the ball down for NCCS, and she'll strike the ball up the field. Now they'll play it out towards the left flank. Here is Kim Dragoon. Dragoon has the ball tackled off of her foot, out of bounds, and we'll have a throw-in upcoming for NCCS from in front of the Plattsburgh High School bench. Throw in the going down towards the left flag. Running onto the ball for the Cougars, that is Kim Dragoon. Dragoon tackled down, and there's going to be a foul against the Hornets. I believe that's the first call against the Hornets. Gilbert will be whistled on the foul, and we'll have a kick coming from almost the corner. You could almost treat this one like a corner kick, Tom.
Yeah, difficult perhaps with a wide field, but it is setting up very closely to a corner, and we'll see who can get their head on it.
So here's a ball played in by Bayshard. It's going to land just outside the 6, but it's nicely played away by PHS. Good slide tackle there by Courier. She'll strike a ball from 30 out, and it trickles into the goaltender, Emily Higgins. She'll pick it up off the ground, and the Hornets will look to reset things. And slow things down as the Cougars were able to press forward there and had a fairly good chance as the ball ricocheted down low and came out to Courier, and she struck a low shot that went right to the goaltender Higgins.
I think typically Coach Gilroy will want her players to be more aggressive on the initial kick. That ball landed with really uncontested and had to happen to get a lucky bounce to them. They have to get their heads on the ball. Any opportunities, they have to be a little bit more aggressive. PHS taking the better of the play on the aggressive side of it right now.
It's a nice play by Dragoon to shield the defender. Now she'll strike to the outside. Here's Frankie running on the left foot inside the 18. Frankie strikes a shot that's going to go just wide of the net. And we'll have a goal kick. Good chance there by the Cougars. As they tried to press forward, Frankie overlapping Dragoon, running towards the left side and then striking the ball with her left foot, but it went just wide. Didn't have a lot on the shot, but nonetheless trying to beat the goaltender Higgins on the short side.
Good fundamental overlap play, what you like to see. And I'm impressed with Frankie's speed. She can open it up a little bit, and I think that could be an advantage. She was marked up there against Ashley Leclerc. And
she's a sweeper, yeah.
Yeah, so that might be an opportunity for them later.
Here's a ball that is played away by the Hornets, and the Cougars strike a shot that goes in on goal. We apologize. Once in a while, our signal seems to be kicking out a little bit. Maybe we'll have to have you stand still, Mr. Brandel. Maybe you're shorting out our signal. Or maybe it's some of the equipment that we've, of course, Ducky has taken our main equipment, and that is with him in Oswego. Here's a ball trickling inside the 18. Leclerc trying to clear the ball for PHS. She will strike it over the sideline out of bounds as Frankie was within striking distance for the Hornets after the goaltender Higgins came out to try to play the ball away, or at least to pick it up, and she slipped and lost her footing inside the 6-yard box. Throw in on the far side for Northeastern Clinton. Headed, flicked on towards the 6-yard box, but cleared away. A high ball cleared out by PHS. Stanton plays the ball away, comes right back to her though. And now here are the Hornets trying to switch the field. Johnny Ray Courier is able to trap the ball down to her foot, playing it into the 18. Higgins comes out to play the ball just in front of the Northeastern Clinton striker. That was Jen Bayshard, who was a step away from getting to the ball first.
I think momentum is switching a little bit to the NCCS side. We're seeing a share of the play move to into the PHS zone, and perhaps it was a lucky strike early on for PHS, and the Cougars seem to be back in line. Some substitutions coming up at this point.
Substitutions for both teams. The Hornets entering 3 players, a couple of players entering for NCCS. They have a throw-in from right in front of us that they will take, and you're right, territorially, the Cougars have pretty much hemmed the Hornets in the last 5 or 6 minutes, except for the one chance where they sent the ball long. They got the bounce that went over the goaltender Tierney's head, and then Stanton was able to, and give credit to Stanton on that goal. She kept her run going. She didn't slow down. A lot of times you'll see players back off in that situation, anticipating the goalie's going to get the ball. She kept her run going and was able to get the ball first.
You know, like anything, you tell go till you hear the whistle, or go until the rebound is not there anymore. And stranger goals have been scored, and it was just a good opportunity, good hard work, and that puts them up 1-0.
We have a kick upcoming after an infraction against NCCS. It's the second time in the first half that they have been whistled for a foul. And Ashley Leclerc will take that kick for Plattsburgh High School from right in front of her own bench. She'll play the ball out towards midfield. There's 27 minutes and 30 seconds remaining in the first half. It's PHS 1, Northeastern Clinton 0. You're listening to Class B championship game on Hometown Radio WIRY. Hornets, the number 3 seed rather, leading the Northeastern Clinton Cougars, who were the number 1 seed coming into the playoffs. The ball is on the right side. Taylor Kelsey for NCCS will play it over the sideline. They'll rule it went off of a Hornet attacker's leg that went off of Buck over the sideline. So a throw-in upcoming for NCCS. Here it comes up the right side. Hornets will be able to get to the ball first. They'll send another bouncing ball towards the 6. There is Stanton pressing forward, and she is going to get whistled for jumping in on the play. And we'll have a kick upcoming for NCCS. Honan will take that kick, but you see the aggressiveness of Stanton certainly up front, not shy for going after that soccer ball.
I think Coach Mulligan will take that foul any day. It was questionable, perhaps they called it, which is a good call, but you'll take that foul deep in their end, restart. Next time you might get the ball, it might get an opportunity to score. So I think Stanton right now is our standout aggressor and with some quality skill for PHS.
Lauren Tyler was able to strike a ball towards the left flag for the Hornets, and that led to the Cougars playing the ball over the sideline, sensing pressure. And now PHS trying to make something happen. They'll try to switch the field. Megan Bayshard will get to it first, playing it up to Jen Bayshard. She stops, steps over the ball, tries to play it into the middle of the field, but it's cleared off by PHS. Comes back to Jen Bayshard, though. Now Jen Bayshard trying to touch it outside. Instead goes to Tori Buck, and her ball into the 18 is scooped up by Danielle Tierney. So here's Tierney, the keeper for NCCS, coming out near the top of the 18-yard box. She will punt the ball away. Hornets are able to trap the ball down, though, and here they move forward with possession. For Plattsburgh High School, it is Lauren Tyler playing it to the right side for Caitlin Hecox. Hecox had a goal in the semifinal game against Saranac Lake. Hornets will send the ball towards the 18. Played away by Taylor Kelsey. Kelsey doing a nice job. She'll work it out towards Filion of Northeastern Clinton. Filion can't get to the ball. Carter was there for PHS, but Carter lost her footing. You see another player slip in. Again, overall, the pitch is in tremendous shape, but there are areas where you can see some dirt on the field, particularly inside the 18s, and that's where we have been more likely to see players lose their footing. But overall, conditions are very good for soccer this time of year, and when you get to the month of November and you're not dealing with rain or snow, you pretty much have to take whatever conditions you get. If it doesn't involve snow or rain, you got to be happy.
The field is showing some wear right now. It's definitely showing some wear, but I think it's in fine condition for this time of year. I would mention, and maybe you observed this as well, Sarah Carter doesn't seem to be, she's almost playing in that stopper position. She's playing heavily defensive, and I haven't really called her name offensively, have you?
Well, at the very early going, she had a run that worked up the field, but again, one of the most skilled players on the field, and when you're working with a lead, perhaps you might play a little bit more defensively and get one of your top players back towards that stopper spot. Here's Higgins playing a ball just inside the 18 as she mishandled, and there was pressure from Kim Dragoon, but Higgins was able to finally corral it and deny a scoring chance there for NCCS. The ball punted out near midfield. Megan Bayshard wins it for the Cougars, playing it to Filion. Filion can't control the trap, though. It runs towards the sideline, played away by the Hornets' Caitlin Hecox. Towards the sideline, Filion runs back onto the ball, now running down towards the flag, playing it to the inside for Sarah Katie Hardigan. It is cleared away off of a Northeastern Clinton foot, and we'll have a throw-in upcoming for PHS deep in their own end. 1-0 Plattsburgh High School, 23 minutes and 40 seconds remaining in the first half. Here come the Hornets trying to work it up the right side. Johnny Ray Corrier for the Cougars, plays to middle of the field for Megan Bayshard. Bayshard back towards Sarah Katie Hardigan. She chips a ball into the middle. Jen Bayshard tries to play the ball over her head and almost flick it to herself, but it's cleared out by the Plattsburgh High School sweeper LeClaire. A ball played forward down towards the 18. Stanton is down on the play. As there might have been contact, I think was it Honan who went to play the ball, the sweeper for the Cougars?
I believe so, and Stanton went up aggressively to get the ball and headed it ahead of her, and would have been free, and I think Stanton's okay. She went down, and there's going to be a direct kick from about 45 perhaps, but it was actually a fortunate foul because it put an opportunity for the Cougars to stop play. Otherwise, she was in alone.
So here's a direct kick for Plattsburgh High School, coming well away from the goal. It's about 20 yards inside the midfield stripe. But again, the aggressiveness of Alicia Stanton, certainly out there playing up front for the Hornets. Like, this may be her final soccer game, and she's going to certainly leave her effort out on the field.
You like to see that type of play where somebody is not measuring where the ball is going to land, is basically going to the ball and making good decisions and being aggressive. And it pays off, and as a striker of Stanton's quality, she's gotten opportunities.
Another long ball played into the 18, and Danielle Tierney for NCCS is there to pick the ball up. She'll punt it away, but the Hornets get to the ball first. Sarah Carter playing a ball back down towards the left flag. Colleen Honan running onto the ball for the Cougars right along the end line. Honan pressured by Stanton. Stanton's trying to turn her back towards the middle of the field, and Honan eventually plays the ball there. It goes right to the Hornets. Marnie Pike trying to run to the flag, has the ball as she tries to send the ball towards the 18. It goes off of a Cougar body out of bounds. No, the rule it went off of a Plattsburgh High School player out of bounds, and we'll have a throw-in upcoming for the Cougars from deep in their end. So the throw-in going up the right sideline. Cougars try to turn the ball with Dragoon. It goes off of a Plattsburgh High School foot out of bounds, and we'll see substitutions from both teams. Mary Elizabeth Franke is going to re-enter for the Cougars. Ashley Menard entering the game for PHS, as is Chelsea LaRose. So substitutions, really both teams have been making substitutions rather routinely here in the first half.
I think Mary Elizabeth came out for a breather. like I said before, I'm very impressed. 10th grader, got good size, good speed, good ball skills, and plays hard. So a real asset for Coach Gilroy.
Stanton and Pike exit the game for Plattsburgh High School. Play on the northeastern Clinton side of midfield. Here's a good run going up the left side. LaRose on the left foot trying to get to the 18. Denied, though, in her bid by the Cougars defensively, and we'll have a foul whistle against LaRose as she tried to come back and play the ball away from the Cougars. There was a nice run working for Chelsea LaRose, but the Cougars were able to get back defensively and stop her run towards the 18.
Honan tried to come up and tackle her and missed, but had tremendous recovery speed to take her. And LaRose tried to tackle the ball back, but used one of those near side tackles, which will typically get you a foul.
Ball played over the sideline by Plattsburgh High School. Here's a throw-in. Dragoon will take it, trying to get it to Bayshard. Headed towards the middle of the field by the Hornets. Vilbert steps up to clear the ball away for PHS, and now the Hornets will send it out to midfield. There's Honan banging a long ball right back down towards the 18. Higgins will wait for the second bounce, and that bounce comes right up to waist level, and she'll easily pick it up and punt the ball away for PHS. There's 19 minutes and 58 seconds, just past the halfway point of the opening half. Hornets leading by a score of 1-0. They got a goal in the 7th minute of play, 6 minutes and 48 seconds into the opening half. Alicia Stanton was able to put the Hornets on the board first, and they have hung on to that lead. Cougars making some substitutions. They will re-enter a couple of players. Chantel LaValle entering on the right side, and it looked like Aaron Macy also re-entering the game for NCCS. Here is Courier taking the throw-in down to the 18. It lands on the foot of Jen Bayshard. Bayshard from 20 out, tried to play it towards the flank to Hardigan. Comes back to Courier on the outside. She's working it towards the middle of the field. Hornets have the ball skip off of a leg, lands just outside the 18. Now the ball right up into the air. A couple of players go up trying to win the ball out of the air. Now just again pinballing around down low, and eventually is cleared away by Plattsburgh High School. LaRose is able to get the ball first. She tries to play it up the field towards Buck. Tori Buck making a run towards the sideline. It goes out of bounds, and a throw-in for NCCS. The Cougars with a quick restart on the throw-in on the right side. That throw-in ball was cleared away by PHS. The Cougars will advance the ball up the field about 15 yards, and now another throw-in going towards the right sideline. Carter tries to clear the ball. Again, it goes over the sideline. The Cougars effectively working the ball up the field simply by moving it along the sideline with these throw-ins. Now the Hornets again clear the ball out over the sideline. Another throw-in upcoming for NCCS. Cougars are trailing in this soccer game by a score of 1-0. Winner will go on to a regional matchup, and they will play Potsdam. Potsdam's already won the Section 10 Class B championship. Here comes PHS out near midfield. They work the ball back towards LaRose in the middle. Goes off of LaRose's shin towards the right flank, trying to run on for the Hornets is Hecox. Hecox has the ball tackled off of her foot by Johnny Ray Courier. And we'll now have substitutions for the Hornets as again, Coach Mulligan making a lot of substitutions, getting players in and out of the game, getting more players into the flow of this soccer game, and certainly you would think that will pay off and pay dividends later on in the second half.
I think both teams, I was unsure of PHS, both teams seem to be deep in the bench, which is good. So we got similar assets on both sides. And so at this point, Plattsburgh's playing a very tactical game, especially defensively. I think you would agree, Rob. They're just, when in doubt, they're really just blasting the ball out and letting some of their forwards run onto it. And there has been some good pressure by NCCS, but nothing to avail yet.
I think if the Cougars were able to play a little more organized possession game up the field on offense, they might be able to make something happen. The Hornets really seem to scatter when they are pressured, and they're very quick to just bang the ball out of the 18. And if the Cougars could organize something and work the ball flat towards the middle of the field, and perhaps that would pay off for them. Right now they've got a throw-in deep in Plattsburgh High School end. Throw-in coming from the left sideline for the Cougars. Stepping forward to take that throw is Courier. A long throw that goes towards the 6-yard box, headed away nicely by PHS. The Hornets have done a nice job on some of those corner situations or the throw-ins that the Cougars have had deep up the field. Megan Bayshard trying to switch the field for NCCS. LaValle trying to run on for the Cougars, and she ends up touching the ball over the sideline out of bounds. A throw-in for PHS. PHS, if they hurry, might have numbers, but the ball cleared out of the back by Megan Bayshard. Touchdown by Mary Elizabeth Frankie. Frankie Plays it to the outside. Here come the Cougars with Katrina Guerin. Guerin trying to beat the defender Leclerc, but Leclerc solid. Now Frankie with the left foot plays a bending ball in on goal. Emily Higgins comes out to pick it up. That ball didn't have a lot on it by the time it got to Higgins.
Great work by Mary Elizabeth Frankie again, just give and go, kind of a wall pass as they used to call it, and just full out hustle. I think that's probably why she gets a breather out there. Her motor runs all the time.
16 minutes remaining in the first half of play. Plattsburgh High School 1, Northeastern Clinton nothing. You're listening to Girls High School Soccer on Hometown Radio WIRY, Plattsburgh, New York. Rob Knowles and Tom Brandell. The Hornets leading 1-0, and they have the ball at midfield. Trying to move forward is Barrier. Barrier plays a long ball that goes to Honan of NCCS. Colleen Honan, the Cougar sweeper, tries to turn the ball. Here come the Hornets carrying into the 18, but Megan Bayshard is back for NCCS to help out. Honan, I don't think, sensed the pressure. There were two Hornet forwards coming forward, and she tried to turn the ball, ended up turning it right into a PHS forward.
She tried to use a step over back to the middle, and they'll typically tell you use a step over back to the outside. Might have been more advantageous for her just to chip the ball down the sideline.
Lauren Tyler, who was the forward inside for PHS, who almost had the good opportunity. Throw in for the Hornets that lands in the 18, cleared away by Honan. There's a trip on PHS that will result in a kick for NCCS, and that will come from about 25 yards shy of midfield. Clock rolling with 14 minutes and 50 seconds remaining in the first half from the Chazy Central Rural School, George Brenler Field, the site for the Class B championships. Girls game started at 5 o'clock, and the boys championship will follow. Both teams, the same two schools involved in the championship games, Northeastern Clinton and PHS in the girls championship, and in what should be an outstanding soccer game later tonight, the third matchup between PHS and NCCS on the boys' side. And again, we will talk about that game at the half. Here are the Hornets with the ball near midfield, trying to send it forward. Honan will touch the ball outside to Johnny Ray Corrier. Corrier with a good step with the left foot in the middle of the field, getting some space. Plays the ball up ahead for Danny Bullris. Bullris had a big goal for NCCS in the shootout that ultimately won the shootout for the Cougars in the semifinal matchup against Saranac. That game was a 0-0 draw through a couple of overtimes and then ultimately won on the second shootout by NCCS. It was a weak shot played in on goal. Higgins carrying the ball out to the 18, dribbling that ball to the 18, and almost trickled right away from her.
She's been fundamentally pretty sound, though. I think she's very mechanical in her punts, but very effective. She's got some pretty good range, pretty good size. I haven't seen Alicia Stanton out there. She's been off for quite a bit of time now.
Yep, you're right.
Which is kind of unusual, but there must be a method behind it for Coach Mulligan. Typically, your stronger player would stay out there only, as we've seen with Shaughnessy for PHS boys, coming out occasionally for a quick breather. But he probably knows something we don't.
And conversely for NCCS, a couple of their leading scorers are not in the game right now. Jen Bayshard, who was about to re-enter, and also Mary Elizabeth Frankie has gone back to the sideline for the Cougars. So both teams have been making substitutions, and obviously that tells you they're very comfortable with the depth. Both coaches are comfortable with the depth that they feel they have.
I think they're looking for an overtime shootout for you to call.
Yeah. Here's a ball that Bullris is trying to win for NCCS. It's played over the sideline by Plattsburgh High School, and Bayshard will re-enter the game for the Cougars, and they will the Cougars will take out Kim Dragoon.
I would expect we got quite a crowd here right now, Rob.
Yeah.
I would expect by the halftime and into the boys' game, those bleachers over there, which are considerably larger than most, will be full.
Well, again, last time the boys' teams matched up, there was a real good crowd at Plattsburgh High School, and this girls' game right now is playing in front of, what would you say, about 2/3 full stands on the far side. So a nice crowd, a nice drive, an easy drive for the folks coming down from the northern tier, and not a bad drive for the folks coming up from Plattsburgh as well. There's Megan Bayshard with a nice tackle on the ball for NCCS. The ball continues towards the sideline. Hornets have a player that was temporarily down on the play, but she is able to get back to her feet. That was Janelle Carter. Now at midfield, or scratch that on the Plattsburgh High School side of midfield. It is Bayshard again trying to make a run. There's been a lot of play in the midfield area in this soccer game. The Cougars have, when they have moved the ball towards the 18, I think they probably had the better possession time in the danger zone, in the scoring area of the field. but there's been a lot of this play that has not been well organized in the midfield.
I think they're pressing. I think they just want to get something cooking. I would imagine they're not used to playing behind this long in a game, and it's an uncomfortable spot for them. I think they need to settle down, play smart, use their speed, use their strength. I think we can see they're bigger and stronger, and just start putting balls in the box and using some of that strength and size.
Here's Jen Bayshard with a left foot playing one into the 18 that is cleared away nicely by the Hornets. I think it was Pike who was able to clear it away. It was. From the left flank, the Hornets try to move the ball up the field, hemmed in again by the Cougars, who send it right back down towards the flag. Hornets are there trying to shield the ball, and there's going to be an obstruction perhaps on Plattsburgh High School. So the Hornets will have a kick, or the Cougars rather will have a kick that, again, one that they could almost treat a little bit like a corner. It's coming from about 15 yards off the end line, right near the sideline. And the Cougars are looking to try to overload, looks like the middle of the field. They also have depth on the weak side. Here comes the ball. It's the short ball, and it's easily played away by PHS.
Obvious game plan for PHS. They are taking 1-2 touches in their own end, clearing it safe and out. I mean, it's happening so many times. It's got to be coached to them. And now we have wholesale substitutes, and Stanton and company are coming back in.
And that's just a simple defensive scheme, is it not?
Well, I think if you've seen a team twice, and you've obviously, what you've done last time, the last 2 times haven't worked. Let's try something new. Let's try something different. Getting that first goal was huge for PHS.
10 minutes remaining now, just inside 10 minutes remaining in the first half. Plattsburgh High School leading the Northeastern Clinton Cougars by a score of 1-0. Here is a goal kick for PHS. That is trapped down by Erin Macy. Macy plays the ball in the 18 that will go right to the goaltender Higgins. She picks it up on 3 bounces and now runs with the ball out towards the top of the 18, and that's where she will punt it away from. A long ball, nice punt by Higgins. It's going to land all the way out at midfield. Off the bounce, Bayshard plays it back towards the PHS goal, but the Hornets are able to head the ball forward. Now at midfield, it is Courier for the Cougars, playing it for Rabideau. Instead, Carter is there. Sarah Carter for PHS. She's going to play a long ball down towards the right flag. Honan back for the Cougars, not pressured on the play, at least yet. Now here come the Hornets with pressure. Honan puts it through the feet of one forward, one attacker for PHS. Couldn't beat the second one, but had help from Bayshard. Ball that goes off of Janelle Carter, not Janelle Carter, but Mayette over the sideline, and there'll be a throw-in for NCCS. 8 minutes and 50 seconds remaining in the first half of play. It's 1-0 Plattsburgh High School. Throw-in for the Cougars. Hornets have it now, and they'll work it towards the midfield area. Running forward for PHS. That is Quigginier. Quigginier has it played off her foot. The Cougars clear it out towards Frankie. Frankie trying to control it. The ball bouncing around on her. Now we'll volley it out of the air to the right flank and Bayshard. Bayshard who has good speed. But there is the sweeper Leclerc. Leclerc actually lost her footing temporarily after she played the ball towards the sideline out of bounds. Here's Bayshard with a quick throw in. Ball lands inside the 18. Frankie trying to turn the ball and turn the defender. It goes over the end line and it goes off of the thigh of Frankie over the end line, so it will be a goal kick upcoming for PHS. Frankie was trying to lobby for a corner by tossing the ball out towards the flag. So here is the goal kick taken again by the Hornets. Frankie trying to trap the ball down to her foot, but instead Carter is there for PHS. Another nice run working up the field, got it all the way to midfield before the ball was finally turned back by Megan Bayshard. Bayshard's been pretty good for PHS in this first half. Megan Bayshard, that is, defensively, as she has thwarted several PHS attempts, particularly when they start some runs out of their own half. Yeah,
that time Carter was, I think, probably used to playing against other teams, having her way, but very strong up the middle with Bayshard and company, and not going to happen tonight.
Honan with a touch up to Courier. Janelle Carter got to it first, though. She plays the ball back down towards the flag. Running in for PHS is Quigginier. Quigginier tried to get to the 18, couldn't get there. Honan tries to clear it away. It goes off the Hornets out of bounds. And we'll have substitutions for both teams. There's a throw-in coming up from right near the NCCS bench, which is down to our right. 7 minutes straight up remaining in the first half of play. It is 1-0 Plattsburgh High School. This is the girls Section 7 Class B high school soccer championship game. You're listening to Hometown Radio WIRY. Reminder that we'll have Plattsburgh State Cardinal hockey coming up after tonight's girls soccer matchup. Cards on the road, 3-0 on the season, but on the road in Oswego tonight. The Lakers going 1-1 last weekend, or actually 0-1-1 last weekend against Elmira College. They're looking for their first win of the year, and they'd like to get it, of course, against their arch rival in the Cardinals. The Cardinals would like to keep their momentum going. Throw-in for Plattsburgh High School down in the northeastern Clinton territory. Ball goes off of a Hornet foot, but they're able to win the ball back out towards the flank. Now they'll move it inside for Carter. Sarah Carter has the ball right foot, running to the end line, plays it in on goal. Right to the keeper for northeastern Clinton, Danielle Tierney.
I guess that's what we've been waiting for from Carter, some flash of some good skill and speed, and she was very good at the side.
Well, you know what she does well, though, and you saw it right there. She settled the ball and then turned it quickly. And the shot that came from a good 25 yards away, it was a heavy shot. There was something on that ball.
And it had a little bend on it too, so trying to bend that away from the goalie a bit. Quite a nice play for that angle.
And again, I think what she does well also in the open space, she can turn on the jets. She goes from stationary in a couple of steps. She's full speed up the field.
So I think she's the lion in weight, basically,
Only a sophomore.
Only a sophomore.
So a throw-in for Johnny Ray Courier now of the Cougars right in front of the PHS bench. We're in the later stages of the opening half. 5 minutes and 15 seconds remaining in the first half of play. Cougars trailing the Hornets by a score of 1-0. Ball is out at midfield. Honan for NCCS trying to switch the field. Melanie Barrier there for the Hornets. Now Dragoon for the Cougars trying to play the ball away. There's a foul against Barrier of the Plattsburgh High School squad, and we'll have another direct kick upcoming for the Cougars. This kick from about 10 yards inside the midfield stripe. Bayshard will take this kick for NCCS. The ball landing about 25 yards away from goal. Cleared away by Carter of PHS to Bayshard. Bayshard will work it over towards Johnny Ray Courier. Courier playing it into the middle of the field for Dragoon. Dragoon can't control. Now it comes back to her after she lost her footing. Now Frankie will play it outside. Hornets trying to use the outside of the field. Boy, Carter, very aggressive play there. I'm surprised they did not whistle a foul. This is play very aggressive right now. From the far side of the field.
A little tick for tat there. Carter, I thought, perhaps got away with one, and then Mary Elizabeth took her down from behind and did get called for
pretty
one.
Aggressive play. I mean, typically you wouldn't expect that out of the girls' style of soccer. That's as an aggressive 30 seconds of soccer as I've seen both ways.
Well, we have 5 fouls on the Cougars for the half and 6 for the PHS, so we have a fair number of fouls, quite a fair number of fouls for a girls' game.
Here's Johnny Ray Courier running forward, 3.5 minutes remaining. Courier couldn't control the ball after losing her footing. It's cleared out again by PHS. Ball at midfield for the Hornets. Marnie Pike moving forward, playing the ball up ahead for Quigonier, but it's cleared away by the sweep for NCCS Honan. Dragoon trying to get to the ball. There is Carter to thwart the bid of PHS. She starts a run, but it's taken off of her foot. Well, the Hornets are there to clear it up the left sideline. It's going to roll over the sideline out of bounds. We'll have another throw-in from right at midfield for NCCS. Plattsburgh High School leading by a score of 1-0. Taylor Kelsey's going to take this throw-in for the Cougars from the far side. Cougars try to flick the ball forward, but instead it's cleared back over the sideline by Plattsburgh High School. Kelsey again will take the throw-in now on the Plattsburgh High School side of midfield. Goes over the sideline after it was Dragoon who tried to trap the ball down. Hornets with a quick restart, a throw-in of their own. Now they'll have another one after that throw-in was played out by NCCS. Here is Bayshard getting a nice step on the Hornet attacker to win the ball away, playing it towards Courier. Courier turns it back to the middle, lost her footing, and that allows PHS to try to win the ball. And we got a push on Courier, and a direct kick upcoming for Plattsburgh High School with 2 minutes and 25 seconds remaining in the first half. It's PHS 1, Northeastern Clinton no score. This kick coming from a good, almost 15 yards inside midfield, so about 60 yards away from goal. Ball landing inside the 18. Stanton gets to it first, takes a shot off the crossbar. Comes back off the crossbar to Tierney, and there is a good break for NCCS, and bad luck for Plattsburgh High School as, again, a bouncing ball. Stanton was able to run onto it, volleyed a beautiful shot on goal, and literally on goal as it hit the crossbar square and came right back to Tierney.
It's deja vu all over again. I mean, you can't let Stanton make those direct vertical runs.
Here's a ball free inside the 6 for NCCS. As Higgins, well out off her goal line, eventually is able to fall on top of the ball and corral it. chances at both ends of the field.
Contact, heavy contact with Jen Bayshard and Higgins in goal. No call, probably a good call in the box. And Higgins was able to remain composed, get up, and get the ball. Now Bayshard is limping slightly up front. Oh!
The ball played towards the sideline by PHS. Bayshard is able to get to it. Work it back towards the middle of the field. Johnny Ray Courier. Courier sending it down towards the left flag. Jen Bayshard trying to run on. Higgins slipped, trying to come out off the goal line. So perhaps we are seeing, Tom, field conditions. And now as it's getting colder, as the sun is setting, it's colder, little dew starting to work in on the field, and we're seeing players lose their footing more frequently.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Johnny Ray Courier, some strong tackles.
Oh, yeah.
Strong.
I'll tell you, this is as aggressive a soccer game, and we've done a lot of soccer games this season, as aggressive a game I've seen, be it boys or girls. Very aggressive play both ways.
In particular, the last 6 or 7 minutes has picked up. I think the NCCS is really working for a goal here before the half.
Yeah, I don't think these two teams are going to be having a tea party with one another anytime soon. The throw-in upcoming for PHS from right in front of the Cougar bench. Just 20 seconds remaining in the opening half. Hornets getting the only goal of the half from Alicia Stanton, leading 1-0. The only goal, that great chance just a couple of minutes ago. Stanton hit the crossbar. From midfield, the Hornets send the ball down towards the right flag with just 5 seconds remaining in the half. The Cougars clear the ball out to midfield, and there's the buzzer that ends the first half of play. So we played 40 minutes of Class B girls high school soccer from Shazy. It's the Plattsburgh High School Hornets leading the Northeastern Clinton Cougars by a score of 1-0. Girls high school soccer continues on Hometown Radio WIRY in 2 minutes.
Mistake can win the game tonight. Somebody makes a mistake, somebody capitalizes. That could be the difference for tonight's game against PHS versus NCCS.
And both teams are similar in that they have veteran clubs. They've got some very skilled players up front. They both have experienced defenders in the back, so that should be
good benches. They both
good
have
benches. Yep, both can go deep. Second half in this girls Class B soccer championship is underway. The ball is out near midfield. You see a few more players that have dressed for the weather as the sun is now set. It is certainly getting colder, and some players now wearing toques and gloves that we didn't quite see in the first half. Here is Alicia Stanton, the goal scorer in this soccer game, with a shot that goes off of an NCCS player. Or no, they're going to rule it went right over the end line out of bounds, so we'll have a goal kick upcoming for NCCS. And right off the bat, the aggressive play picks right back up.
I guess it's a no call, but I just thought, was that Colleen Honan?
Honan, yeah.
Just absolutely laid her out. And the ball trickled over the line, and fortunate for the Cougars, you got to be careful back there making that type of tackle.
It was just outside the 18. Perhaps.
We've seen them pulled out of the 18, and we've seen no call in the 18.
That's right.
And you haven't commented on that one, remember?
Very aggressive play. And we talked about it at the halftime, and it picks up just 30 seconds in. We see NCCS certainly stating that they're going to want to continue with that style and that aggressive nature. So here's a throw-in for PHS. They have the ball deep in the Northeastern Clinton zone. They'll play the ball into the 18. It's cleared away by Honan. Now the Hornets trying to run forward with the ball, but it's cleared out by the Cougars to the sideline. That is Frankie. Frankie is working along the left flank. Carrying up the sideline. They're going to rule that the ball ran out of bounds across the sideline. We'll have a throw-in for PHS. That is Vilbert on the far side of the field, sending the ball down towards the flag, headed away by Courier of NCCS. Frankie has it. Frankie trying to turn the ball and move forward. She'll strike a ball up for Bayshard that is cleared out by PHS. So a throw-in on the far side of the field for the Cougars. Jen Bayshard is going to take this throw-in. Now she'll set the ball down and try to get up the field herself, and Johnny Ray Courier will step over near midfield for NCCS, and Courier is going to take this throw-in for the Cougars. Long throw from Courier that goes towards the middle. Flicked by the Hornets towards their own goal, but cleared out by PHS. Now Courier for the Cougars trying to advance the ball forward. Played away by the Hornets, and now towards the sweeper. Honan for NCCS. She is able to turn the ball after an initial misplay. Showed a good recovery skill there, did Colleen Honan. Eventually cleared back out towards midfield, and again, we see neither team really able to gain possession of the ball and work the ball flat along the ground. It's just a lot of back and forth, almost like a tennis match.
And whose advantage is that? At this point, you'd have to say PHS would take this kind of play for the whole 40 minutes. So something's got to settle down for the Cougars. They've got to find a little bit of a game plan on how they want to advance the ball and get some opportunities on Higgins. Like you said, she may slip, something over her head, but you've got to establish some way to get down there and work that ball in on her.
Hornets trying to make something happen in the offensive end, trying to turn it from the flag. They'll play a ball along the end line that is cleared away by NCCS. It's about 25 yards away from the Cougar goal. Now it goes to the far side of the field. Kelsey there for NCCS to clear it out. Touched back in, the Hornets trying to move it forward. Melanie Barrier was there, but again cleared away by the Cougars. Dragoon stepping through the ball. It comes out towards midfield, but Carter picks up for Plattsburgh High School, playing for Barrier. Barrier gives the ball to the sideline, now gets it back from the 18, strikes it with her right foot. It's going to go wide of the net, but not much on it. It wouldn't have made it across the goal line, and the goaltender Tierney comes out to scoop the ball up, and she'll move over towards the left side of the 18-yard box and punt the ball away. It's a nice punt that is going to land just shy of midfield. Frankie there for NCCS, playing it for Dragoon. Dragoon trying to move forward, starting a run through the middle of the field. It is Dragoon still making that run towards the flag, but Ashley Leclerc is there for Plattsburgh High School. Leclerc has it taken off her foot by Dragoon. Dragoon trying to turn Leclerc, but wasn't able to do so. It was eventually played out of bounds by PHS.
You mentioned Melanie Barrier. She's a Cougar trained player who recently transferred, moved to Plattsburgh. So she's quite a good asset for the Hornets.
Here is PHS with Carter. Carter clearing it from the 18, striking a ball long out to midfield. Honan settles it down. She strikes the ball right back towards the 18. Here's Frankie running onto the ball, trying to get free. Was a couple of steps away from getting in. Now Bayshard with a long ball up to Frankie. Redirected in on goal. Higgins comes out to pick it up.
A little slip on Higgins' part, kind of went down in a half butterfly, if you will, and that's what you got to do. Those goal mouths have had a lot of play, and the grass is gone, and when it gets a little wet, you're not going to get your footing.
And that has been an issue for her really throughout the soccer game. Here come the Hornets making a run up the right flag. Running along the sideline, they'll play a ball in towards the 18. Honan is there, though, to put a step on the ball and clear it away. Dragoon for NCCS, make that Amanda Rabideau for NCCS, tries to play it forward to Dragoon. Rabideau has it come back to her through her feet, though, and now the Hornets with Carter. Carter looking towards the outside. She's going to try to play it to the flank. She does. Hornets attacking from the flank, now moving it back to the middle field, trying to spread out the NCCS defense. Plattsburgh High School from 25 yards out. Carter has it, makes one player miss, now plays it again out to the flank. They'll get a ball that's bending into the 18 along the end line, and they will rule it went over the end line, and we will have a goal kick upcoming for NCCS. Good possession play there from PHS. We have not seen much of it in this second half. Right there, about 30 seconds of possession where they move the ball nicely, utilizing the flank.
Sarah Carter doing some smart things, and I think it's fair to our listeners. There are two Carters out here. I believe they're sisters, and Janelle and Sarah. One playing more on the halfback outside defensively.
A trip whistled against PHS. Another foul called on the Hornets. That is their 7th foul of the soccer game. And we'll have another one. A push from behind against PHS as the Cougars will move the ball up, and they will have a kick coming from about 10 yards inside the midfield stripe. Honan will strike the ball up ahead. It comes to the foot of Rabideau. Rabideau can't get to it, though. Vilbert clears temporarily. Now Bayshard, long ball towards the 18. Nice job by the backs of PHS. They're getting that ball out of the air and clearing it away. Now to the sideline with Kelsey. Kelsey playing it down towards the right flag. It goes off of a PHS player out of bounds. We'll have a throw-in upcoming for the Cougars. But again, you talked about this, Tom, in the first half. The Hornets defensively not taking any chances in the back. The ball comes to them, and they're striking it away.
More opportunities for NCCS. They're getting some balls through at least, and got some good opportunities. Just got to capitalize on them.
Dragoon playing a ball into the 6 that Higgins is able to handle. She comes out off the goal line, scoops the ball up. Was able to fall on top of that ball, and now she will look to punt it away for the Hornets. The high punt is going to land well shy of midfield. Amanda Rabideau tries to trap it, does. Now controls it, moving it to the right for Nicole Smith. Nikki Smith plays it back for Rabideau. Rabideau's touch, though, goes right to a Hornet foot. And now here it is Marnie Pike. Pike carrying out to midfield. Taylor Kelsey's going to bang a ball long down the field. Running towards the right flag, trying to get to it first to Dragoon, but The sweeper, Ashley Leclerc, is back for PHS. Dragoon goes down on the play down near the corner. Officials say play on. As Leclerc tries to come up the sideline. It's a nice play by the sweep for PHS.
I was going to say, Leclerc has played, as the game's gone on, she's played stronger. She's been better.
Here's PHS with space. They get a ball through. Running up on the right side, Quigganaire. Quigganaire, though, was turned back by the combination of Honan and Courier. The Hornets had numbers up the field. They had a 2-on-2 situation, but now the Cougars are back defensively. Cougars will clear a ball out over the sideline, and we will have a throw-in upcoming for Plattsburgh High School.
I don't think anybody's going to beat Honan in a one-on-one foot battle. Has tremendous speed. I don't think anybody for the PHS has that type of speed. They'd have to have an advantage, get caught flat-footed.
Hornets play a ball into the 6. There's a ball volleyed along the end line out of the air, and they'll rule that the ball actually went over the end line. So a goal kick for Northeastern Clinton. Or no, perhaps a foul was whistled over along the end line. Maybe a push because they don't have it set up on the 6-yard box. Tierney will strike this ball. It comes right to the foot of a Plattsburgh High School player. That ball wasn't even contested by NCCS as the Cougars seem to be a little bit stationary, perhaps thinking about trying to go forward, hoping that the ball will get through.
That's one of my pet peeves when I was coaching. You know the distance of your goal kicks. You've played all year long with your goalie. If you're not around that kick, you're a stopper or a center half, you're not thinking.
Here is Stanton with a shot. In on goal, saved by Danielle Tierney. Stanton showing her skill up front for Plattsburgh High School as she was able to trap the ball down and then get a shot on goal off the hop. And it was a good shot on goal that Tierney made a nice save on. PHS moving forward again, playing a ball down into the 18. Running on the right side is Quigganaire. Quigganaire goes down just outside of the 18. No, there's not a foul call. They'll rule it just went off her foot over the end line. And we'll have a goal kick upcoming for NCCS. And you know, one of the things I do like, Tom, is that the officials, we've talked about how aggressive it is, they're pretty much letting them play. They're letting them decide it unless it is really egregious.
We got 2 veteran officials, Todd Lambert and Dennis Labarge. Veterans of many high school soccer games, done some state play, both of them, so well aware of the ins and outs and the flow of the game, if you will. Done a nice job tonight.
10 minutes gone in the second half. Plattsburgh High School 1, Northeastern Clinton no score. You're listening to Girls High School Soccer. It's the Section 7 Class B Girls Championship. Northeastern Clinton coming in, the 20th ranked Class B girls soccer team in New York State. Trailing, though, in the contest by a score of 1-0. Inside 30 minutes remaining in the second half. Hornets trying to move the ball along the right sideline. Hornets have had the better of play the last 3 to 4 minutes. And CCS has struggled to clear the ball out beyond the midfield line. Now here is Pike playing a ball inside the 18. It bounces around inside. Stanton is there. I think that Quigganaire who played the ball inside the 18. Ball is eventually cleared away by NCCS, and the Cougars have a player down. The official going to check on the player, and I believe it's Honan who is the injured player, the sweeper for NCCS.
Stanton slide tackle behind. They got a stoppage of play. Honan is down. Probably not what you want to coach the player to do. I don't think there was an intent, but it certainly was from behind, and surprised she didn't get a card on that.
So the coach for Northeastern Clinton, Josie Gilroy, will head out onto the field to attend to her player, and we want to alert our engineer back in the studio that we will be taking a break with a stoppage on the field. The Northeastern Clinton Cougars, the number 1 seed coming into the Class B playoffs, trailing the Plattsburgh High School Hornets by a score of 1-0. So it's PHS 1, Northeastern Clinton no score. You're listening to the Girls Class B Section 7 High School Soccer Championship. And we'll be back with more when Girls High School Soccer continues on Hometown Radio WIRY in 1 minute. Right now, and of course Frankie, one of the leading scorers for NCCS, you take her from the front, move her to the back. Right now, NCCS, a team that needs to score a goal to tie things up. And with Honan on the bench, you take Frankie to the back.
It's a crapshoot, and Mary Elizabeth Frankie certainly has the build for a powerful sweeper, can control things. I think Coach Gilroy wants to feel things out a little bit, see how Colleen Honan's going to be, and then maybe make further adjustments later.
The clock rolling. We're at 28 minutes remaining in the second half. A reminder, coming up right after our soccer game, we'll have Plattsburgh State Cardinal hockey. Ducky Drake is in Oswego. Big matchup tonight between the Cards and the Great Lakers. Here the Cougars sending the ball forward into the 18. Trying to get to it first is Drago. The ball comes to the goaltender Higgins, and she's down on the ground and just gets to it in time. Dragoon was there to apply pressure.
Dragoon was there to apply pressure and basically landed on Higgins' lap. Really hard work on Dragoon's part. Quality coming off the line for Higgins as well.
Cougars sending another ball forward up the field, trying to apply some pressure, which they have not been able to do the last 5 or 6 minutes. The Hornets have done a nice job defensively, and any ball that has come out near midfield, the Hornets have just put right back down along the flank, and they had Northeastern hemmed in, but let's see if the Cougars now can sustain some pressure. They get a throw-in from Johnny Ray Courier into the 18. They'll play it towards the outside, but there again is the sweeper. Ashley Leclerc has been very, very steady and impressive for Plattsburgh High School. A foul whistled against NCCS out near midfield, and we'll have a kick upcoming for Plattsburgh High School. First foul of the second half whistled against the Cougars. I got it. Already marked it. So here's the kick upcoming for PHS. Skips over one Cougar shin guard, cleared away by Mary Elizabeth Frankie. Ball landing near midfield, headed away by Dragoon. Now the Hornets have possession. Vilbert along the right flank. Comes back to the Cougars. The Cougars try to work to the middle field, but again, I'll go back to one thing that I mentioned earlier. Right now, Tom, it seems as though the Cougars are a little bit stationary away from the ball, and again, there needs to be perhaps a little more desperation in their step right now.
Yeah, I think they got to make a plan. They want to. A couple of things you can do here. When you're down, you're looking for a goal. You need to strike some through balls. You need to go over the top. You need to apply pressure like Dragoon did recently. You gotta do that routinely. You gotta make their backs really work. And that's what they haven't done. And part of it is the smart play by players like Leclerc and some of the other, obviously Carter. And up front, Stanton right now has got a great opportunity.
And here is Stanton making a run up the field, trying to turn the defense. The Cougars get back. Frankie doing a nice job. Now Bayshard back defensively as well. Barrier there for Plattsburgh High School, trying to touch it to the right side. Now they'll chip it back inside for Stanton, turning with the ball from 20 out. Shot was blocked by Frankie. She tries to clear. It comes to Carter. Carter of PHS running with the ball on her right foot, approaching the 18-yard box, takes a shot that's going to go just wide of the net, hitting the netting on the outside of the goal. And we'll have a goal kick upcoming for NCCS. And again, I'm impressed with the velocity of that ball coming off of the foot and the strike of Plattsburgh High School's Sarah Carter. That ball had some red hot on it.
A diminutive girl, and to strike a ball, you typically think of a bigger girl striking a ball that hard, but she gets it off quickly and with some force.
So the goal kick played by Tierney along the right flank. The Cougars have possession. Trying to move it forward. Amanda Forey, she'll move it up ahead for Kimmy Dragoon. Dragoon running with some space. Now gets to the middle of the field. Dragoon continues the run. She has help on the left side into the 18. Perhaps going down just outside the 18. We'll get a whistle. And there is going to be a foul called against the Hornets. And there will be a restart try here for the Cougars coming from about 19 yards out. That's where they're going to set it up, just outside the 18-yard box. The Hornets will have to try to set up their wall quickly, and it looks like Megan Bayshard will have this kick for NCCS.
Good opportunity. You got a quality wall set up here, and now they're requesting 10 yards. Probably a smart thing for Megan Bayshard. Try to maximize that length. And referee Todd Lambert making them execute all of those 10 yards.
Perhaps a little room to the right side of the wall if Bayshard can try to put it there. Let's see what she wants to do with this shot. She's going to play it on goal. It goes just over the crossbar. And we'll have a goal kick upcoming for PHS. So the Hornets dodge a bullet, a big bullet there, Tom.
Yeah, I think many of the girls in the back for PHS were protesting that call. I think it was a leg tie up, maybe a little embellishment on Dragoon's part. Was that Rabidou or Dragoon?
It was Dragoon.
Dragoon. So you got to be very careful. You want to tackle solidly without fouling down deep in your own zone.
23 minutes and 45 seconds remaining in the second half. The Hornets still hanging on to that 1-0 lead. They scored a goal in the 7th minute of the soccer game, and they still hang on to that. 1-0 PHS. Here come the Cougars again, trying to organize the attack. This time they'll work off the right flank with Dragoon. Dragoon goes flying over the ball. No call on the play. It's touched over the sideline by PHS. Throw-in upcoming for the Cougars. Taylor Kelsey's going to take that throw-in. Has space right down along the sideline. That's where she's going to try to throw it towards the flag, but the ball's going to take one bounce in bounds, and then with the spin, carry over the sideline, and we'll have a throw-in for the Hornets.
little shift in momentum here. Good to
Yes.
see NCCS applying some pressure. I think that direct kick was something to charge their batteries up, and they're ready to go.
Even leading up to that direct kick. Play on right out near midfield in front of us. Here is Stanton with the ball. Stanton moving forward, has a player to the outside, and Flynn tries to get it to Flynn. It's going to roll out of bounds. Flynn with a quick restart, trying to play it down to the flank. It goes off of Taylor Kelsey out of bounds. Flynn again will take this throw in, throwing it right down to the flank, trying to get the ball deep into NCCS territory, and this throw-in is just going to carry along the end line and cross over the end line. We'll have a goal kick for NCCS. But if you're PHS, you really don't mind that, because when NCCS has been pinned in their own end, it has been a struggle for both teams to try to work their way out.
It's like let's take a punt in football. Let's take 3 and out, and we'll punt it deep and establish defensive ground.
Here is Carter in the midfield, trying to run towards the 18. She is tripped up. And now here's a chance for PHS. This direct kick for the Hornets is going to come from about 25 out. So a good chance for PHS, and Sarah Carter is going to take the kick. Now stepping over, Janelle Carter will perhaps offer a little sisterly advice. And now Sarah Carter
Got a good foot.
starting to move towards the ball. She will strike it with her right foot, going to the upper corner, and it's stopped by Tierney. As that ball actually was bent by Carter right back into Tierney, and she was able to catch it.
I think she would, if she had to do that over again, she'd probably want to strike it a little harder. Made an easy save back basically for Tierney.
Flynn trying to play it into the 18, cleared away by the Cougars. It's going to go over the sideline. And I think something that we talked about a few minutes ago has been especially true in this second half. Whichever team's been able to get the ball deep, they then pin the other team there, and you got 2 or 3 minutes of offensive attack. And here is Stanton with the left foot. The ball going into the 18, cleared out by NCCS. A race for the loose ball that is won by PHS. Ashley Menard there for the Hornets, playing it down towards the end line. It's going to carry over the end line, and we'll have a goal kick upcoming for the Cougars. Some substitutions being made, and we have not seen nearly as many substitutions from either squad in this second half.
I'd like to see the NCCS establish some presence using their size and strength up front. Seems that they're letting some of the more skilled players from PHS take opportunities and cut the ball and move it outside. I think they got to challenge more of those 50-50 balls, work the ball ahead, and really try to pressure those backs. I know I said it before, but it's getting time where they need to start working those backs.
Halfway through the second half of play, PHS leading 1-0. Cougars moving the ball out to midfield, running up the right flank. They had the ball on their foot with Chantel LaValle, but it was cleared away by PHS. Now the Hornets with Lauren Tyler coming into the middle of the field. Tyler will play the ball over for Buck. Buck sends a ball long up the field that is stopped by Megan Bayshard. She'll clear it up towards Dragoon. Touch right back down the field by the Hornets. Now Bayshard has it again, playing an arcing ball down the field. Dragoon trying to run onto it, but there is Lee Sweeper again. Ashley Leclerc, who I think may be, certainly one of the 3 stars at least for PHS in this game, has been very solid in the back. And now here's a ball that they're going to roll over the end line, so a goal kick upcoming for PHS. Dragoon trying to keep that ball in bounds.
I didn't know we're doing 3 stars tonight.
Oh, we're not.
Oh,
but
okay.
I'm saying if we were, or if the Hornets, from the coaching standpoint, were doing something like that.
Absolutely correct. I think
She's been very good.
she's been very solid, very smart.
And while other players have moved in and out, that sweeper spot, you don't substitute much, and she has not come out of the soccer game, dealing with the pressure of the Cougar attack and dealing very well.
I think we're going to see Kim Dragoon break it open here a little bit. I think she's due. I think she had an opportunity earlier. I think that's something they're looking for. If they can get the ball on her foot with some speed, she could be dangerous, and I think that should be a goal for the Cougars at this point.
Well, it's getting to crunch time. They need somebody to step up and make a play, and here come the Hornets trying to move forward up the field. The ball is tackled, though, by NCCS. That was Carol who was moving forward for the Hornets. Her first action of the soccer game. Now running out along the left sideline is Flynn. Has space down to the flag, and that's where she's going to put it. A ball well played that Tyler can run on. Lauren Tyler playing it inside the 18. That is cleared away by NCCS, but at the same time, Tom, you look over, that clock is not an ally right now of NCCS, and you start to feel the pressure, and you really press, and you certainly have to try to move that ball forward, but you can't forget the defensive end at the same time, because right now that's where the Cougars are. The Hornets trying to create an opportunity. A ball up in the air that is headed away a couple of times. Now the ball lands. Ashley Menard trying to settle it, get a shot on goal. Cleared out by the Cougars. Now Sarah Carter with the ball on her right foot, running towards the 18. Carter takes a shot right into the midsection of Danielle Tierney. Good chance there. Sarah Carter again making things happen in tight spaces. That is the mark of a skilled player, and Carter was able to open up space for herself and got off a nice shot with the right foot.
Got some nice cuts, nice chop moves down there. So she's a dangerous player.
The Hornets have possession of the ball again with Carroll playing it out towards the right flank. Ashley Menard running onto the ball for PHS, trying to play it into the 18, stopped by Johnny Ray Courier. Courier for Northeastern will play it up towards midfield, cleared right back in by PHS. Now the Hornets running along the right flank, carrying it down towards the flag. Hornets trying to maintain possession in the Northeastern Clinton end and not make it easy for the Cougars to get out. Here's a ball inside the 18. Now at the top of the 18, Flynn on her left foot, tries to get a shot off, does, and it trickles into the goaltender Tierney. An easy stop for Tierney after the left-footed try by Flynn. A lot of times you'll see players try to get the ball back on their right foot because they don't have a lot of confidence, but credit to Flynn for using the left foot. Not a lot on the shot, but nonetheless gets a shot on goal. 16 minutes and 45 seconds remaining in the second half. 1-0 Plattsburgh High School. The ball out near midfield, won by the Hornets. They have some space to turn the ball, but that space is closed by Amanda Rabideau of NCCS, who tries to get it to Dragoon. Dragoon can't win the ball. Hannah Emery was there for PHS. Now it comes out along the sideline for Tyler. Tyler working the ball into the middle of the field. Carrying forward is Carter. Carter making a run up the field to the 18. Here is Carter inside the 18 on the right foot, trying to beat one last player. Dishes. The player appears to be still onside. That was Carroll, and then it went over the end line out of bounds. So we're having a goal kick upcoming for NCCS.
I got a question for you. Am I right that she was playing in a different position, different role in the first half? Because this second half, you're calling her name left and right offensively.
But I think she has just found more space. I'm not sure if it's NCCS thinking about pressing forward and moving. Right now she's actually coming out of the game. But she has certainly controlled the midfield in this second half.
Coach Mulligan doing some creative substitution here. He got Stanton back in, got Sarah Carter out. Probably in a few more minutes he's going to finish with both of those players.
Here are the Hornets playing a ball inside the 18 that Mary Elizabeth Franke tries to clear away for NCCS. We're at 15 minutes and 20 seconds remaining in the second half. Class B Girls Championship game. The winner's going to play Potsdam in a regional matchup. Hornets have the ball along the left flank, moving towards the NCCS goal. They'll strike it down towards the flag. They've done an excellent job in this second half, playing more of a possession game, moving it down towards the flag. Tierney is able to pick up a ball that was rolling inside the 6-yard box, and now she will punt it away. But you can see how the Hornets have tried to use the width of the field, Tom, and work it from the flank in.
Absolutely, and you got some girls with real fine foot skills, and they're unselfish, trying to do some simple things. It's frustrating NCCS at this point. NCCS needs to get the ball up and really pressure again in the other half of the field, the PHS half of the field.
And conversely, to pressure, NCCS has relied on the long ball, while PHS in this second half has done a better job of settling it, playing more of a controlled game, and working the flank, as we said.
Kind of a mirror image to the way the boys play as well. PHS plays more of a flat game, work it to the side, and the NCCS boys try to play more right at you, in your face.
Dragoon sending a ball up the field. No one forward, though, for the Hornets. The sweeper Leclerc for PHS will just send the ball back up into the middle of the field, and it goes to Stanton. Captain for PHS, Stanton playing it towards the right side. Not controlled by the Hornets, though. Bayshard had it. She tried to clear it away, and it went off of the shin guard of Melanie Barrier, who has been a spark plug for PHS in this soccer game as well. Now a long ball again. They try to get it to Dragoon. The ball will bounce and come back to Dragoon, and now here comes Kim Dragoon starting a run down towards the flag, beats the defender, has some room to the inside, chips it into the 18, headed away very nicely by PHS. Long ball played up by the Hornets. Taylor Kelsey is there. She sends a long ball right back down the field. Cleared away by the Hornets. It's going to run out of bounds. Well, the throw-in upcoming for the Cougars. 13-15 remaining in half number 2. Plattsburgh State Cardinal hockey on its way at the conclusion of our girls soccer contest. The Cardinals playing arch rival Oswego State. And a push against Plattsburgh High School coming from deep in their own end. And a kick upcoming for the Cougars that, again, you can almost treat just like a corner because this kick comes from about, 10 yards off the corner flag.
I didn't see the play, can't tell you what the call was.
Push.
A push.
12 minutes and 40 seconds remaining in half number 2. The Cougars going to play a short ball out towards the top of the 18. Kelsey playing it inside, was blocked away by the Hornets. Another ball played inside by NCCS. As the Cougars, I think it was Brooke Supernaw who was up front, tried to get a foot on it, but wasn't able to do so, and the ball carried over the end line. And a goal kick for PHS.
Got to eat up this goal kick, right? Typically the goal kicks haven't gone far. They haven't had many. They have to get this goal kick.
Let's see what they do. The ball comes right to the foot of a PHS player. That is Pike. And the Hornets, after a couple of touches, already have the ball out to midfield, and they're thinking offense. Playing a ball down to the flag. Right in front of Coach Mulligan. He's telling Hecox to send it down to the flag and then applauds that effort even though the ball carried over the sideline. It will again force the NCCS Cougars to work from deep in their own end as the Cougars will have a throw-in, but again, that throw-in coming from deep in their own territory.
They made a shift. They're putting Mary Elizabeth Frankie up front now. They're gonna go for it.
And they moved Amanda Rabideau back to the sweep spot. Here comes PHS sending a ball down towards the 18. They will challenge Rabideau right off the bat. Traps the ball, tries to clear it, goes to Stanton. Stanton plays for Carter. Carter working up front right now for PHS. Stops, plays the ball with the heel of her right foot, stops again. Now touches his outside to Barrier. Barrier trying to get around the defender. That is Courier. Courier wins the ball. Now the Cougars will touch it out to the flank, trying to use Bayshard on the outside. Bayshard with a touch back to the middle of the field. Cougar player stepped on the ball and fell down, and now here come the Hornets back in transition. Barrier will send a long ball into the 18. Tierney will run out to pick it up wisely because she can punt the ball a lot further up the field than she can with the goal kick.
Good point, Rob.
So here is the goal kick from Tierney. It's going to come to Dragoon. She tries to flick the ball forward to herself. Hornets get to the ball first, and they'll play it right back up. This is Carter. Carter, who is working now as a forward, turns the defender. Here's Carter on the left foot, running into the 18. Carter steps over the ball. Left foot along the end line, now trying to get back to her right foot. Carter still has the ball inside the 18, running across the top of the 18. Takes a shot over the top of the crossbar. Just missed over the top of the crossbar. Pretty good skill there, huh?
Well, time it. What was the time of possession against three very good defenders?
Just on her foot. I would say at least 10 seconds she had the ball on her foot. A PHS, you would think they might put Carter back in a defensive position, but they're going forward.
I think they're comfortable with their stopper-sweeper arrangement. I think at this time there really is no need to do that.
Yep. And at the same time, if you can keep Carter up front, honestly, in this second half, PHS has had the better of field position. The ball has been in the Cougar end more than it has been in the PHS end in this second half.
Certainly more shots. I've tallied up the shots. But once again, you made a very good point. They're content on pressing it outside, wait and see. If it goes out of bounds, it's a long throw in for NCCS.
Hecox trying to run off the flank, defended by Taylor Kelsey. Kelsey hemmed in, eventually touches it over the sideline. They'll rule it went off of the Hornet attacker. So a throw in for NCCS, but again, NCCS fans look over at that clock and it is not a friend. That clock is now inside 10 minutes, just 9:10 remaining in the second half of play. It is PHS leading the NCCS Cougars by a score of 1-0. The Cougars were the top seed in Class B girls soccer, and right now the Cougars and their fans are looking at the wrong side of the scoreboard. Cougars trying to go back-to-back in Class B Section 7 girls soccer championships. And right now, they are up against it. Hornets are going to make a substitution, and at this point, when you're playing with a lead, if you're Coach Tim Mulligan, substituting players in and out helps eat that clock up a little bit as well.
There is a method to that madness, but I think on the field, too, they've established a pretty good game plan all game long, and they're kind of sticking to it.
There's a high arcing ball on the PHS side of midfield that Dragoon gets to. She has space down towards the flag, looking to get in the middle of the field, still making a run down towards the end line. Referees say play on, ball into the 6. It settles inside there, but now finally Leclerc gets to it for PHS, and she's able to clear it out. Now for NCCS, it is Megan Bayshard. Bayshard playing it to the flank. Now the Cougars will work it back towards the middle of the field. Touched out by PHS. Getting to the ball is Mayette. Mayette tries to play it out to midfield. A long ball played inside the 18 by Taylor Kelsey. Frankie tries to trap it down. Has Dragoon there as well, just inside the 18. It's cleared out of harm's way by the Plattsburgh High School defense. 7 minutes and 45 seconds remaining in the second half. Both teams now making some substitutions. Amanda Forey entering the game, re-entering for NCCS.
This is kind of pressure NCCS needs. And I think that taking some of the play to PHS here, this could be a good opportunity to take advantage and put one in.
After the throw-in, Dragoon has it down along the end line, turning back now towards the top of the 18. Now with her right foot going back towards the end line. A crossing ball that's going to land inside the 18. One touched out by Stanton. The ball volleyed back into the 18. It's headed around a couple of times. Now Dragoon tries to get to it along the end line, and it goes over the end line out of bounds. We'll have a goal kick upcoming for PHS.
Coach Gilroy looking for a call there, but I think it was a non-call.
Non-call.
Yeah.
Nope, it was a good decision by the official. So a goal kick for the Hornets inside 7 minutes remaining. Cougars defeated at Plattsburgh High School twice in the regular season. Awfully tough, though, to knock a team out 3 times, and that's what the Cougars are trying to do coming into this game, and PHS holding on to that 1-0 lead. Cougars with their best sustained pressure in the second half in the last 2 to 3 minutes. Now here's Bayshard. Bayshard working along the left flank. Has the ball taken off of her foot. The Hornets, who have just 2 players pressing forward, will try to move in that direction with Melanie Barrier on the far side. Taken off of her foot, though, by Bayshard. Barrier was outnumbered on that play. While skipping around near midfield, it's going to move to the right flank. There for Northeastern Clinton is Forey, and it goes off of Forey out of bounds. Throw in for PHS. They'll move it quickly to the middle of the field for Carter. Carter gets a step on the ball, beats one player. Carter moving into the middle of the field. Contained by Megan Bayshard. She just dumps it off to the right flank. Puts it into open space. It's going to chew up 10 to 15 seconds. And the Cougars will have to go deeper into their half and make this throw in. And Johnny Ray Courier will take it.
Sarah Carter got tremendous anticipation skill, just knowing where the field is. Got good vision. Overall, very solid player. Only a sophomore.
Good sense. Good soccer sense. Ball out at midfield. Again, played long down the field by the Hornets. It's going to go over the sideline. Throw in for NCCS. The crowd continues to build. Of course, after this game, the boys Class B soccer championship will be contested. There's a foul against the Hornets. And the Cougars will have a kick that they play over the midfield stripe. That Class B boys soccer championship, Northeastern Clinton boys are undefeated on the season. They have a couple of ties on the year. The Hornets have just 1 loss. Both of them are ranked in the latest New York State Class B Sports Writers poll. And that should be a classic following this soccer game tonight. Here's a ball played into the 18. Back for NCCS is Kelsey, and she plays it over the end line. We got a corner for PHS. And with the Hornets back defensively, they do not have a lot of players forward, and they're probably in no hurry right now to get anybody over to take this corner.
I think this really is this the first corner for PHS?
I think it is.
And Stanton's coming out.
4 minutes and 40 seconds remaining in the second half. Hornets are still just now getting a player over to take this corner kick. Again, a reminder, we will not have coverage of the boys championship tonight because we will be in Oswego with the Ducky Drake and Plattsburgh State Cardinal hockey. Great matchup tonight between the Cardinals and Lakers. The corner kick cleared away by NCCS. Hornets trying to press forward though and get it back to the 18. Perhaps the Cougars can catch them in transition. Now they'll play it out. The Hornets actually did commit. They had 6 players committed forward up the field, but the backs for PHS have been stellar today, and they took a ball near midfield and played it right back, allowing PHS to recover defensively. Here's another ball played long up the field. Clock continues to roll. We're inside 4 minutes remaining in the second half. Plattsburgh High School 1, Northeastern Clinton, no score. PHS getting a goal in the 7th minute of the soccer game, and that's the only goal of the game to this point. There's a push against Northeastern Clinton.
I think that was a bad call, but I
thought she slipped.
I thought she slipped prior to the ball.
Yeah, I thought she tried to slow her feet down underneath her, and the feet just kind of slipped out. But here's a kick for PHS, looking down towards the flag. That's where they're going to play it. Good step by NCCS, though they couldn't control the ball, and now moving forward is Mayette. Mayette tripped on the play, and we'll have a good chance here for the Hornets.
Mayette's slow to get up. That was a very aggressive tackle, but On the, it was a foul, probably perhaps not the greatest foul to take at this point.
It's coming to the left of the top of the 18, extended by about 15 yards. Here's the ball that is played inside the 18, headed away by the Cougars. Coming out to the top of the 18, they'll play a long ball up ahead to Frankie. Cougars need to get players forward. Frankie outnumbered by 3. The ball skips around near midfield. Hornets with Buck. Play it towards the right side. Johnny Ray Poirier steps forward. Long ball up ahead that gets past the sweeper Leclerc. And now back for PHS's Vilbert. Vilbert turning it to the outside, pressured by Jen Bayshard as it moves towards a flag. It is going to go over the end line, and they are going to rule a goal kick. Went off the foot of Jen Bayshard. Goal kick upcoming for the Hornets. They will make a couple of substitutions and get their captain, Alicia Stanton, back out on the field.
NCCS has got to establish they got to push up for this goal kick, get some people forward,
Win the
be
ball.
prepared for a short kick. There's only 2 minutes left. They got to really push forward, get Dragoon up, get them all up, see what they can get off this goal kick.
2 minutes and 5 seconds remaining in the second half. 1-0 PHS. It's the girls Class B Section 7 championship. The Cougars have it moving along the left side. The 2-minute announcement has just been sent through the PA system here. 2 minutes remaining. And we've got a throw in on the far side for the Cougars. Johnny Ray Poirier takes the throw. It goes into the 18. You've got 10 players. 9 players were back for PHS, packing that 18-yard box. Now Rabideau. Cougars, if they switch the field, have room on the right side, but they can't do it. Again, the Hornets beat them to a ball. Taylor Kelsey will play it to the right flank. Here for the Cougars is Forey. Amanda Forey trying to run along the sideline. Touched out by the Hornets. A throw-in upcoming for NCCS. 1 minute and 20 seconds remaining in the second half. PHS 1, NCCS 0. Too much of an advantage for Kelsey moving up the field, so she's going to have to take the throw again. That eats up about 10 more seconds. Kelsey will throw it from right in front of the bench. Bring it down towards the right flag. 1 minute and 5 seconds cleared right away by PHS. Another throw in for the Cougars. Kelsey to take this throw, working it towards Frankie. Frankie touches it back for Bayshard. Off of Bayshard's foot, stolen by Carter. Carter just sends the ball long down the field, and it's going to go all the way down towards the 18 with 45 seconds to go. Tierney comes running out off the goal line to play it away. Carter gets to the ball first. Carter running along the right side. Tackled off her foot by Poirier. It goes out of bounds. Carter is down on the play, as there is a throw-in upcoming for Plattsburgh High School. And now the player coming out on the field. The clock continues to run. Hornets trying to get that substitution at the same time. They're not in too much of a hurry. There's just 20 seconds remaining.
The old sub the player from the far side of the field, Rob.
Good move. Hornets have the throw-in. We're now at just 10 seconds remaining. Plattsburgh High School is going to pull the upset. Very difficult to beat a team 3 times, as we said in our opening. And Plattsburgh High School is going to pull the upset in the girls' Class B Section 7 championship. There's the final buzzer. The final score, it's Plattsburgh High School 1, Northeastern Clinton 0. The Hornets getting the only goal of the soccer game in the 7th minute. That goal coming early in the first half. It's Plattsburgh High School 1, Northeastern Clinton 0. We'll come back with final thoughts when high school soccer continues on Hometown Radio WIRY in 2 minutes. We gotta go.
We'll stick around long enough to get the plaque presentation by the chairman, girls Section 7 chairman, Keith Raines from Osable Valley. And as Rob Knowles and Tom Brandell said, it's that old third time is a charm trick here. The Plattsburgh High Hornets losing twice to the Cougars during the season, but when two teams are closely matched, it's very difficult for a team to beat the other squad 3 times. So there it is, Plattsburgh High School Class B champions in Section 7. Our thanks to Rob Knowles and Tom Brandell for allowing us to type into their WIRY 1340 broadcast. And our congratulations to that former Cougar out there, Melanie Barrier, granddaughter of my classmate Rainey Barrier, she's now part of the championship squad. So thanks for watching, and for those of you supported local television, Hometown Cable. Win, lose, or draw TV worth your support, Hometown Cable. 3 seconds, we'll have completed another sudden victory overtime. We've got another one coming right up.